You ever get one of those calls? You know the ones I mean, where your phone buzzes and it's a number you don't recognize. Or maybe it's a text message pops up and it's like, congratulations, you've won.
Yeah.
Something you know is too good to be true.
Oh, yeah, those. Makes your stomach drop a little, doesn't it? Like, uh-oh, what's this gonna be?
Exactly. So today we're diving into the wild world of scams.
Oh.
But with a twist.
Oh, twist.
Oh, yeah. A big one. See, one of our listeners sent us this amazing story. It's about how they actually out-scammed a scammer.
Wait, they what?
Yep, you heard that right. Turned the tables completely. And this isn't some hypothetical what-if situation. This happened in Kanpur, India, no less.
Hold on. So we're talking real-life scammer gets scammed action? Sign me up. I gotta hear this.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we all hear about scams, see the headlines, get those warnings from like every company under the sun. But to actually get inside the mind of someone who not only saw a scam coming, but decided to play it out.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's like getting a glimpse behind the curtain.
Exactly. So our mission today is to understand how this all went down. What was going through the scammer's head? How did our listener pull this off? And what can we all learn from this wild story?
Because, let's face it, scammers are getting more sophisticated. They're always coming up with new tricks. So any insights we can glean from this are going to be valuable gold.
Pure gold. Pun intended, I guess. Because this story involves gold, too. Okay, so picture this. You're in Kanpur. It's like any other day.
Kanpur. Okay, bustling city. Lots going on.
Right. And our narrator is just chilling, maybe sipping some chai, enjoying the afternoon. Then, bam, the phone rings.
Oh, boy, here we go.
And on the other end of the line is this voice trying to sound all official and important, claiming to be an officer from the CBI, the Central Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, so right off the bat, they're going for the intimidation factor. Big, scary government agency.
Exactly. And the accusation, get this, they claim to have obscene videos of our narrator. And naturally, they need a bribe to make them disappear.
Obscene videos. I mean, really, couldn't they come up with something a little more believable?
That's the thing, right? Our narrator was like, seriously, the most scandalous thing I've done lately is eat too many samosas.
So they knew right away it was a scam.
Oh, yeah, totally. But instead of hanging up, something clicked. A little mischievous spark, you might say.
Ah, so that's where the twist comes in. They decided to play along.
Play along is an understatement. They went full-on Uncle Don't Tell My Mom mode.
Uncle, don't tell my mom.
Yeah. They basically pretended to freak out, begging the scammer not to tell their mother, implying that like World War III would break out if she found out.
Oh, that's brilliant. Playing on that universal fear of parental disappointment, especially in a culture where family reputation is so important.
Exactly. And you know what? The scammer bought it hook, line, and sinker. Because then they immediately demanded $16,000 Dutch.
Ah, so they see this panicked person and they think, easy target.
Right. But here's where it gets good. Instead of arguing or trying to haggle, our narrator says, okay, but I have a problem.
Oh, they turned the tables already.
They said they had a gold chain pawned at a shop, and to get it back, they needed $3,000. They promised to pay the full euro 16,000 once they had the chain.
Hold on, so they're asking the scammer for money.
Yep, playing the victim card. And guess what? The scammer actually sent the 3,000.
Wait, what? Seriously? That's incredible. I mean, what was the scammer thinking?
I know, right? It's like their greed completely overrode any logic. They were so focused on that 16,000 that sending euro 3,000 felt like a small price to pay.
Plus, maybe they thought, hey, I've already sent this money, might as well see this through. It's like that sunk cost fallacy. You know, when you keep investing in something even when it's a bad idea because you've already put so much in?
Oh, totally. That's exactly what's happening here. So our narrator gets the 3,000. But of course, the story doesn't end there. This is where we enter phase 2, the jeweler's con.
Phase 2, so there's more.
Oh yeah, buckle up. Because now our narrator calls back and says there's another problem. The jeweler won't release the chain because they're a minor. They need their father to come in.
Oh, smart. Adding another layer of complication, making it seem even more believable.
And this is where they brought in a friend to play the role of the jeweler.
So now there's a whole cast of characters involved in this.
It's turning into a Bollywood movie at this point. So the friend, acting all stern and official, tells the scammer that to release the chain, they need another 4,480 some. And you know what?
Don't tell me.
The scammer sent it.
Yep, they sent the money. Again, like they were totally hooked on this elaborate story.
At this point, I'm starting to feel kind of bad for the scammer.
Almost.
I mean, they've been played like a fiddle.
But wait, it gets even better. Because now we're at phase 3, the grand finale. Our narrator calls back and says, okay, good news. I can get a gold loan for 1.10 lakh, enough to pay you back and then some.
1.10, that's a lot of money.
Right. But there's a catch, of course. They need 3,000 dirham for a processing fee.
And I bet you can guess what happened next.
You bet. The scammer sent the 3,000, bringing their grand total to 10,000 sent to our narrator.
Wow. They really underestimated their target, didn't they? Big time. And this is exactly what our narrator realized. Scammers often think their victims are stupid. They don't expect anyone to outsmart them.
It's like they have this script in their head and they can't deviate from it. They're not prepared for someone to flip the script entirely.
And that brings us to the moment of truth. The realization and the begging. When the scammer finally realized they'd been had.
I can just imagine that phone call. The scammer going from demanding and threatening to pleading and pathetic.
Oh, it was glorious. According to our narrator, the scammer called back and was like, Baya, you've wronged me. Please return my money.
Oh, the irony. The scammer asking to be treated fairly.
Yeah. And our narrator. They simply said no. They weren't giving the money back. In fact, they planned to donate it to charity.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
It's poetic justice, don't you think?
It really is. And it just goes to show you that sometimes the best way to beat a scammer is to beat them at their own game.
Right. And our narrator learned a few key things from this whole experience. First, scammers think they're smarter than everyone else. And that's their weakness.
It's that arrogance that makes them vulnerable. They don't expect anyone to challenge them.
Second, scammers are driven by greed. They want that big payday, and that can blind them to red flags, like sending money to the person they're trying to scam.
It's like a gambler who keeps betting more and more, even when they're losing. They just can't walk away.
And finally, and this is a big one, scammers never think they'll be scammed. They think they're untouchable.
It's like that old saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Exactly. So what do we take away from all this? Well, it's clear this listener had a knack for this kind of thing. But honestly, who knows? Maybe we all have that potential in us.
Right. Maybe we just need to be a little more aware, a little more skeptical, and a little more willing to think outside the box when it comes to dealing with scammers.
Because at the end of the day, the best defense against a scam is a good offense, or at least a good sense of humor. So next time your phone buzzes with an unknown number or a suspicious message pops up, remember this story. Remember our friend from Kanpur who turned the tables and walked away 10,000 richer? And who knows, maybe it'll inspire you to come up with your own ingenious way to outsmart a scammer.
Just remember, as entertaining as the story is, it does come with a bit of a caveat. While it's certainly satisfying to imagine outsmarting a scammer, it's important to proceed with caution. These situations can be unpredictable and potentially risky.
Absolutely. So be smart, be safe, and maybe have a little chuckle at the thought of a scammer getting a taste of their own medicine.
Because as we've learned today, sometimes the best stories come from the most unexpected places. And sometimes the underdog really does win.
And that, my friends, is the power of a good scam. Or should I say, a good counter scam.